comfortable and get it done early so we can make our plans. So we'll take advantage of being out in San Diego and making all our stuff early. So I've never been in this position where we know what bowl game we're going to this early. So I think it's actually a little bit of a relief to know where we're going and get all the stuff situated and have our calendar and everything timed out. So, but good game. I thought Southern Utah did some great things up front. They're a big offensive and defensive line, and they're physical. They've shown that all year. But you know, I think we were able to control most of the game. Had a couple of sluggish things happen in the second quarter with the turnovers, but I thought the guys rallied and stuck with it. Defensively, we could do some things to be more disruptive. Had more opportunities for some big plays and let it get away. But overall, just happy we got the win and proud of the way the guys played and they took the field, from the start. And just got to be more consistent, specifically in that third quarter. But really proud of the way the players took the field and the way that they played. Thought they're excited to play this game and the show right from the get-go.
Kalani, talk about the passing game. Finally able to get a bunch of passing plays to actually work consistently.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when we're on the same page, it usually goes well, and we kind of sped up the tempo a little bit earlier in the game, and I think that's something that we probably need to look at a little bit more. I think it's more, these guys are used to that being their comfort area. We've had to, defensively, we've had to kind of make that transition a little bit with what they've known and what they've done in the past, and trying to bring in our new scheme and everything. But we've also gone back to some of the stuff that we've done in the past, and so offensively we're able to do that a little bit as well, and they feel a little bit more comfortable in that. But we've always practiced it. I think we need to highlight it a little bit more and try to get whatever we can do to get more scores on the field. And first half, I think Ty felt comfortable with going to that fast tempo, and it paid off.
Kalani, was the plan all along to play Tanner that first series of the second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Ty talked about it earlier, and whether or not he just wanted to see Tanner in part of the game where it was a significant reps, where it wasn't like the outcome of the game wasn't already decided, and so I left it up to him to make that decision in the second quarter, and he decided to do it. And Tanner was able to come out and maybe shake off some of the rust and then do better later on in the second half. But I thought overall Taysom had a great attitude about it. We knew that could have been an option, and we went into it, and I agree with what Ty did.
Was there an emphasis today on getting off to a fast start, unlike some of the other games this year?
Yeah, well, I think the Cincinnati game was a little bit slower and a little bit methodical, so changing the tempo was good for us, and not having Jamal in the game also, we were able to kind of go a little bit different route. Squally wasn't 100% either, so trying to get the best guys on the field and be in the best scheme for what we're trying to do, and I think that as we start settling in, even though Jamal we knew would be a game time decision, Squally, we weren't counting on him being out that early, and so we just have to rally back and hopefully get some of these guys healthy and ready to go next week. But if not, then we got to find a way to put points on the board, and that means we have to throw the ball more, then we'll do that. It means we have to run it, and we'll do that too. So
talk about what Braden and KJ were able to do in their opportunities, also receiving as well as running football.
Yeah, I thought Braden did some. I mean, looking at what we did with the play action pass and stuff that he was able to turn a 3-yard gain. He's just so big, So and I'm always going to be excited when the fullback gets to run the ball or catch the ball and do something. And so he doesn't have a lot of moves, but it's hard to bring him down. And I think he was one of our top receivers, But it's good to see a lot of guys out there getting open and catching the ball and getting some time. I thought Southern Utah has a really good physical D-line, and being able to buy time and buy some pass protection was going to be a challenge for us. And I thought for the most part the offensive line held their own, but there are times that we kind of shot ourselves in the foot by taking deep sacks, instead of throwing the ball away. And so those are good learning moments. Hopefully we can learn from those and get better, because I think we took ourselves out of scoring range quite a bit by doing that. Had a bad snap and just unfortunate issues that, penalties and stuff like that we got to clean up. And the fact that it was like that one little span in the third quarter where it just seemed to be turnover moments, and then some mistakes and stuff like that. So just got to keep playing and just rally back. And then I thought the leaders did a good job of settling everybody down, and we were able to finish the game.
Kicking game, did today kind of determine where your guys' range is at in terms of where you're comfortable kicking from?
Yeah, and we had Mickelson keep it. We had him try to kick the deeper field goal and just mishit it, and then Rhett really thought he could get that kick, and obviously it was a little short, but we're still trying to figure out the range part, because there's sometimes that we make some great kicks and get some great height on the kicks, but around that area, the choice is either to try to take a long range field goal, which we're not the most accurate at, or go for it. And on that I think it's fourth and, what was it, 17 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it was a good spot for us to kick a field goal, and it was 4th and 19. I would have faked the punt. But being 4th and 17, I just wanted to see what our offense was going to do with the play, and Taysom made a great throw deep, and we were able to capitalize on I think it was a double move that we got on him. But yeah, that's always going to be the gray area for us, knowing when to kick it and everything, and I have to make those decisions pretty quickly, and I thought that was the right decision for us.
Do you feel like your team got better today?
I did. I was really proud of the way we started, and the score we gave up on defense was unfortunate. It was just a missed tackle and then some bad angles. But even on that play, Diane was able to force a fumble, and we just had to find a way to come up with it, But the guys played hard, and I think they scored the touchdown on the 3rd down. And so, it's hard to keep a team bottled up like that for most of the game. But I thought that we were able to eliminate the run game from them really quickly, and on our offense, I thought we were able to mix in some of the throw to help open up the run game.
Were you pretty disappointed with the second half, though? Because the first half had gone your way so well, and you mentioned that stretch in the third quarter. It just seemed like they weren't as crisp there after the break.
Yeah, and that happens when you're mixing in quite a few guys, I mean, you can't say that it was a wholesale switch from the 1s and 2s, but we had quite a bit of reserve guys in there, and when you have that, it's going to be a little bit sloppy. But the problem wasn't that the turnovers were made from those guys. It was made from. I thought the Thornton kid made a great catch on that pick. When Taysom threw that, but for the most part, the fumble, Algie, that shouldn't happen. And some of the mistakes that we made. Cy had a penalty that it was just him losing his cool, And so that part I'm really disappointed in, that the veterans were the ones making those mistakes. Even though the backup guys, there's a lot of them in there, they've made some good plays. Takanaka had a great pick. And so for the most part, they were really good. And maybe there's a little bit of miscommunication on a few things, but we're going to try to get our backup guys a lot of significant reps, because I think that's where you make the most growth in a program, is getting those guys in the game and allowing them to have those opportunities to make plays. And I thought the young guys on the D-line and linebacker, specifically on defense, and then the receivers on the offensive side, where we get some good big plays. You saw KJ come in and run the ball really well, and even Hansen got in there. So Braden did a great job at fullback. So I think that a lot of the young guys got some really good reps, and it's going to make us a better team.
Kalani, first-year coaching staff full of really competitive dudes. How nice is it to get this bowl berth nailed down? Kind of your guys' first accolade. Obviously great for the kids too.
Oh yeah, and looking at it as a motivation to win the 6th one, and going into this game. And I think the guys were already motivated because of the kind of the crossover between Southern Utah and us, with Ed Lamb and Gennaro Guilford, and also with Andrew Idy and Kian Norman, So, and then there's a lot of connections between the two. So I think the guys were really excited, and I think it's good for the state of Utah when you play in-state opponents. Guys like teams like Weber State and Southern Utah, being able to play BYU, Utah, and Utah State. I think it's good for the state, and good for football in the state. And so it'd be good to keep these kind of games going on. And I thought the fans are great. The turnout was awesome, and nice to play a game during the day. And so look forward to playing next week a little bit earlier at noon. So the weather was great. It's just a really good setting, and the guys are motivated to get the 6th win. Now we got to find time to get motivated for the next win and build off of the momentum that we're getting from this win.
Talk about your tackling, Kalani, because you mentioned the one mistake on the one big play, but
Yeah.
overall, they'd get the ball, but you wouldn't let them get anything after.
Well, it was unfortunate because it was Harvey that should have made that tackle, and I thought maybe he left his feet too early, and that happens, a little bit, especially when you're having to put guys that we normally play D end, we put them back at backer because we had some issues with injuries. Butch wasn't 100%, and same with Jamal, but Butch he wasn't right even when he came back, and it's taken a little bit more time for him to heal. And so when we knew that going into the week, we thought that would be a good decision to have Harvey go back there. But I think that was just the one negative play that he had. The rest, he was really physical and was able to do some great things for us. He practiced well all week, and we need to have more guys make those big plays. And there were some times that we made some great tackles to get out of drives. And I think we had a 4th down stop too. So these guys are playing their hearts out, and you have to give credit to Southern Utah. They made a play. I mean, we'll learn from the mistake on that one play and keep playing on. And I think that once we can get Harvey settled into a position, right now we're playing him at middle backer, and we'll see what happens, for the rest of the season,
Okay.
depending on the health of our team.
Thanks. We got
good.
players. Thank